you can hear me talking. But if you can hear how staticky my radio is, if you can hear how there's almost 3 stations trying to come in right now. One of them was like an HPR, NPR New Hampshire, and you can hear it. But there's music coming through. Another station. It's too much now, but it was this wonderful way of hearing exactly what I needed to hear, because it was NHPR coming in. It's the segment where, is it Milk Radio? And Al Roker was on talking about his cookbook with his daughter, and he's talking about his experiences in life and how it's taught him how to have a laser focus on gratitude. And that is a useful thing anyway to hear somebody talk about. But because the radio station was so staticky and another one was coming in with interference, I was only getting certain words. Not every other word, but the words that were appropriate for me at this time. And without the radio station signal being like that, then how would I have gotten that experience? And it's like the universe talking to me, the universe filtering for me. And I like that. I don't mind it. I can put up with the static. I like knowing that I am getting the choice messages. They've been picked, they've been chosen for me. And that was pretty cool. And I don't have any reservation about what I didn't hear. I was trying to listen, but whatever was impossible for me to hear, I didn't need to hear that. And this has happened many times. This is not the first time that I have done this, where I have noticed that, oh, I'm not getting every word, and the words that I do get are special. I get that all the time. But this one had the most interference. I had a thought at some point that I am the only person here in this area, because I'm driving on the highway and there's a lot of cars around me. I'm the only person listening to this station right now. I'm the only person hearing this interference. Other people who are listening to the station, maybe they're somewhere else in the radius. They're not over here probably. But I doubt many or any other people were listening to the station as far away as I was, or with as much interference to the signal, because most people don't want to put up with that, which is understandable. But because I had a meaning that I applied to it, or a intention of what I was setting out to experience or learn or hear, it was a completely different experience than just sitting there and listening to a staticky radio and getting annoyed that you can't hear what you're trying to hear. I was trying to hear stuff. I couldn't hear it all the time. I was sort of listening to the stuff that was coming in. It was music. And then at one point it started to be another NPR station. So it was another NPR person talking about something important in the world, which I would listen to. I couldn't really hear it. And then the program that I was already listening to. And then also some music. So that's how we are tuning into frequencies. We're like little radio receivers, antennas, and I'm okay with that. It's a fun metaphor. It's fun that we have that in our world when that's what we are. You will find that we always have a 3D world representation or equivalent of what we are. There are many of them because it's everything. There's nothing that it couldn't be, because everything is us. We are everything. Everything is a form of love. Anger, hatred, worry, concern, they're all forms of love. How many times do parents say that? Don't worry me again like that. It's because I love you. It's because I care about you so much. But there are negative forms of that feeling. There are negative feelings of love. And we don't have to experience those. All we have to do is shift perspective. By teaching that to my daughter, she knows it. I don't have to try too hard. Always have faith in kids. Kids always, everyone, always understands more than you think they will. You don't have to simplify it either. Just say it the way that it makes sense to you. Say the perspective that you're talking about in your own words, from your perspective. There's a reason why many of us in school were pressured so much to use our own words. There's many reasons. But think about these things that we've had to practice. Think about these things that we've had to do multiple times. We needed it at some point. We used it later. And it was very important when we used it. And if you had to use it multiple times later in your life, then every time probably got more important, and you got better at it every time, of course. But every time something comes back around, it's to see how you can handle it now. And you can always handle it better. Even if you have failed every time before now, every single one of those is a lesson, like Edison with the light bulb. 200 ways not to make a light bulb. But it doesn't matter that it hasn't worked so far, because all of that was still the same information, still the same lessons, as if they had worked. But unfortunately, a lot of us learn through mistakes rather than things going well, because when you have a success, how much do you really take from it as a lesson? You take the success, you take the accomplishment, you take the good feelings, you're happy with that, you're happy that it wasn't anything worse. But how often do you sit and think about, okay, what did I learn from that? What does that mean for the next time? When we fail, the healthy response is to say, okay, what did I learn from that? How is it going to be different next time? What does that mean for next time? Sometimes we have a response that's not as healthy, but it is still close enough. But I don't think that it's ever a waste. I don't think that there's ever a time where an experience that was meant to be a lesson, I mean, all experiences are lessons, I don't think they're ever wasted. Even if you did not get as much out of it as you know you could have put into it. I have plenty of those examples that I can give. College was a huge one for me. I feel like I could have put a lot more in and gotten a lot more out of it. I don't think I did hardly anything on campus. I kind of regret that, except I might have done things instead of other experiences that I had, and of course the experiences that I did have were very important. So just know that the path you're on is the path that you're on. There's no other path that you were supposed to take. It's all still here. All the same lessons. It's like when your GPS reroutes. The lessons reroute. They still get to you. You still get an experience that would teach you that lesson, just in a different form. Everything is just different forms of the same thing. Everything is all love. So even if it's different forms, everything is all the same. So of course it comes back to you in some other way. Of course it comes around again. Of course it keeps giving you the chances to get better at it. Because this is a game. That's what you do in games. It teaches you in the tutorial, and then you use it many times, and the levels get harder, and you use it many times more, and you get better at it, and then it's automatic. You don't even think about it. Being mindful of it is that. Bringing your awareness back to it.